Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. This won't take much of your time. This is the second, way too early season game prediction for Auburn versus Oklahoma. First one yesterday was Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Okay. Oklahoma is a football program that I think is headed in the right direction. And I do believe in the long term, they'll be a very successful team in the SEC. However, their weakness has been defense. Whether it's been running, throwing the football, third down defense, any type of defense, their defense has just been horrendous. I don't expect their defense to take a major leap next year just because of the fact that they didn't lose many players. And I know Venables has been recruiting really well, but I just don't see Oklahoma changing a whole lot defensively. They lost Dylan Gabriel to Oregon, and they got a quarterback there, a Jackson guy. He played good in the bowl game for the most part. I know it was his first game, but once you see somebody play for the first time, they usually don't get a whole lot better than that. Not right away. And really, Oklahoma and Auburn have one thing in common. They're not going to face anybody really good until they play each other. And it's at Auburn. Auburn, on the other hand, really, if they had a better passing game, they could have beat teams like Georgia and Alabama. Realistically, they had the running game to do it. The defense did pretty well. But they lost a lot of games, too, because, Auburn's not very good right now. I think Auburn will be the team that makes a bigger leap. Here's the thing. I know Venables has been with Oklahoma. This will be his third year. This is only Hugh Freeze's second year in Auburn. But he's been a head coach for a lot longer than Brent Venables has. He's a lot more familiar in terms with recruiting overall, with being the head honcho and having his own culture. This past year, I think we saw Auburn kind of establish themselves as at worst, being willing to play hard and compete with anybody and want to win the game. They got blown out quite a few times in the year before without Hugh Freeze, and they got humiliated a lot. And really, I believe Auburn is looking for more of a signature win right now than Oklahoma is. Oklahoma kind of had it last year with a top 5 Texas team that was undefeated at the time, beating Alabama a few weeks before them. And this game is being played at Auburn. Now, on paper, I agree, Oklahoma is the better team. But give me Auburn. Look, Auburn hit the recruiting trail pretty hard. They're going to have more players. I think that offense is going to be a lot better. Look, any type of passing game will be better than what Auburn had this past year. Again, that was their main weakness. They couldn't get a lot going offensively outside of the run. And their defense was really good. I believe it's going to be a lot better. They hit the transfer portal. They recruited pretty well defensively. Again, this is Hugh Freeze's second year with the program. Imagine to take some steps forward. Now, again, I don't expect Auburn to be a playoff team or anything like that, but I believe they'll play good enough. Their defense will dominate the line of scrimmage and be able to force some Oklahoma turnovers and play really good at home. A close game. Give me Auburn 28-27. I believe Oklahoma's defense will continue to let them down, and I believe Oklahoma's offense will turn the ball over a few times in this game. Too many. I think Auburn plays turnover-free. I don't think they'll look great, but again, Auburn and Hugh Freeze, specifically Hugh Freeze, with Auburn, they're looking for that signature win, that first big-time win in the last several years. It'll be Oklahoma. Imagine Oklahoma is most likely at worst top 15, top 10, maybe even top 5 by the time these guys play each other, because neither team plays anybody tough before they play each other. Now, if this game was at Oklahoma, I'd pick Oklahoma. This game's at Auburn. I agree, Oklahoma probably has the better players, but Auburn wants it more. They're a different animal at home. If they can compete with teams like Alabama and Georgia at home and almost win those games, with the first year with Hugh Freeze, imagine a second year in the system with some more players, better talent, and another home field advantage when you're not playing a Georgia or Alabama. Sorry, Oklahoma. You're great, but you're not at that level great on both sides of the ball. Give me Auburn in a big upset, 28-27.